It's Chelsea against Liverpool, the Carabao Cup Final. I shall be there right in amongst it myself. I'm thoroughly looking forward to it. Simon, when you look at this, with events going on off the field of a financial nature regarding Chelsea, winning the Carabao Cup would bring European football back to Stamford Bridge next season in the form of the Europa Conference League playoff second round. As it stands, Chelsea are only required to comply with the Premier League's profit and sustainability rules, which we know allows losses of up to 105 million over a 3-year period. But of course, you look at this, and it's a whole lot different if Chelsea go into Europe, because the losses are different, are they not? In the Champions League, Europa League and Europa Conference League, they must comply with UEFA's club licensing and financial sustainability regulations. Clubs are allowed to lose 80 million euros, £68.5 million for the period that's coming up. They would have to be a heck of a lot more prudent, would they not, if they can win this on Sunday, because it would change. 68.5 million quid over the previous 2 years, not 105 million.
Yeah, £37 million difference.
£37 million difference if they win on Sunday.
But let's not be surprised if Chelsea are going to miss financial fair play. I think they're going to miss it. If they are going to miss it, I think they'll miss it by more than 37 million quid, given what they've spent. There is a conspiracy theory that it would not be advantageous for them to win this cup competition. I think that's silly. They will win. I don't think that will reach the players. The players will play. The team will play, and Pochettino needs to win something to rid himself of the observations that he doesn't win anything in English football, and to give Chelsea a head start. And at the same time, if Chelsea want to perhaps excuse themselves from playing in Europe and not be part of a tournament, they might have that gift as other teams have done previously. I don't think that plays into the narrative. I think if Chelsea will win the football match or lose the football match based upon the events that happen on the pitch, not ones that could be potentially forecast for down the future. And also, don't forget, you get more revenue by being in these tournaments. You get different opportunities. So one might wash the hands of the other.
Yeah, of course, we hear the two men at the helm of Chelsea these days, Bully and Igbali, will break with tradition and be there together at the match on Sunday. I look forward to seeing them. Nicholas Jackson has been speaking about this ahead of Wembley. He's been in conversation with Scott Minto, Martin. And he said at night he goes to bed watching videos of his missus. Not his missus, his other half, his misses.
Sometimes I go to sleep thinking, still watching the same videos always, like I should have done better. But you know, I've seen many, when I was young, I've seen Benzema playing for Madrid. I was supporting Madrid when I was young, and Benzema was missing a lot of chance. But you know, later he won the Ballon d'Or. I'm not saying, you know, I'm that level. I cannot be that level now, but I mean, I've seen it before, so I'm not worried. So I'm just trying to improve and try to be, you know, improve every day and try to be what I want to be, you know, in football.
You have to aim for the stars, so why not aim to be at that level? And with Mauricio Pochettino as well, you know, he's well known for turning talent into top-class players. He turns Harry Kane from talent into a world-class player as well. How does he deal with you? What does he say to you?
Yeah, it's the same thing. I think, I don't know what he was telling Harry, but the same thing he's telling me, he told Harry, is the same thing he's telling me. You know, just to continue, and you miss, but later it's going to be easy when you start to improve and know where, you know, like experience and everything. So he's helping me a lot and helping all the players in the team, and we're going to fight for the team and fight for him as well.
Nicholas Jackson, I quite like that though, Martin. Yeah, sure, I miss a few. Why not? If you don't try, you don't get, but I'll also score a few.
I think it's evident. You can hear there's a personality and a real character there, isn't there? You just often see the player, don't hear the voice. I like him, his pace. Yes, he's missed an awful lot of opportunities, but in this game at the weekend, perhaps on the break is going to be key for them with Sterling and Jackson. And he's got wheels, really top-level pace. Conor Gallagher as well, just to turn the tables on the tactics. I mean, I think he's been immense, the amount of pressing, working he does in that team. This is very much a different Chelsea team right now to the one that lost 4-1 just a few weeks ago. Both teams have got huge amount of injuries. I think they're top of the table, aren't they? 10, is it, for Liverpool, 9 for Chelsea.
Yeah, neither at full strength.
No.
Yeah.
So, I think it's a game, obviously. I think the Klopp factor plays a real part. The emotion of being at Wembley, all of that drama that's around it. surely it's going to be another Klopp day, and they're going to be good enough to win this game. No Salah though, but is a huge miss for them because he's the one player you can rely on in the big games. But they always seem to draw when they play one another. Just a few years ago, they did that, didn't they, in both cup competitions? Let's see. But Chelsea now, a different proposition. I don't see that Liverpool are huge favourites going into this.
It's quite disconcerting. You
I know,
see
I've
what
just
I'm
seen
seeing?
it, yeah.
I'm looking at Martin Keown and the monitor behind you when you were over in Porto the other night and looking very good. No sign of a virus there. Simon, when you look at it, the sensible prediction is that Liverpool will win it. I would have thought. But as Andy Townsend said in the build-up to this, it's a final. Anything can happen. We all know that. Anything can happen. So anyone that writes Chelsea off does it at their peril,
Well,
because I reckon that they could produce something on the day that can win them the trophy.
Well, I just hope it's an interesting game and not the games that we've seen in previous finals where it's gone to penalties and it's not been the most engaging. Whilst there's always jeopardy and there'll be pockets of time during the game where it's very intriguing, I'd like to see a really good game of football. I think both. I'm sort of entrenched in two camps. I want to see Chelsea win something because I want to shut the narrative down around Bowley and the formulaic responses to what he's doing to Chelsea and how awful it all is. But I also want
that owner coming to owner's rescue.
A little bit, yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
A little bit, because I get tired of it uninformed media making certain observations.
Over lunch.
Oh, do you?
But I also want to see Liverpool. I want to see Jurgen Klopp do something quite remarkable. I'd love to see Liverpool win 4 trophies this season. The domestic treble's been done once before by Manchester City, but it's never been done and a European trophy on top of it.
Yeah.
So, there's a part of me that, whilst I don't always agree with things that Klopp says, I think he's been a phenomenon in the Premier League. I think he's box office, and I think his team are. And so I'd like to. I'm torn, but as a Londoner, I would like Chelsea to win.
As a Londoner, okay. Yeah. Uninformed media, though, they've spent $1 billion.
Indeed. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's more than just.
I think Pochettino, though, I think he's been quite clever working out the best. I think Palmer on the right wing is the best position for him. He could be a match winner.
Yeah.
And as I say, Conor Gallagher, the sort of energy that he has, you have to play him in the middle because he's the player that goes and presses to create that 4 at the top of the team. And he's the player in the last weekend against Man City. Honestly, the amount of distance he covered was ridiculous. He flogs himself for the team, and he's got better quality. He's a much better player now than he was at Palace. I think recently, in front of goal, the 2 goals he got actually at Palace, one week before, he just seems to be now showing that little bit more composure in front of goal. So, the 2 midfield players, Fernandes and Caicedo, have finally turned up. It's an awful lot. It's £200 million worth of players. They ought to do. So no Thiago Silva. Maybe that's slightly helped them because they can play a higher
So you go in Chelsea?
line. No, I think the emotion of the day and Klopp and all the rest of it, I think that's too much for Chelsea, and I think maybe they'll win on penalties, Liverpool.
Okay, we'll watch for it. Chelsea, Liverpool on Sunday. It's live on talkSPORT, as we said. Looking forward to immensely. I shall be there, and no doubt we'll be chatting about that amongst a whole lot of things on Monday morning. We're almost there. It's 1:45.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.